Just getting to the trail can be a journey.
We got a few guys come in from Louisiana, a couple other ways, but it took me about 36 hours and then a little road trip to get over here.
But he hasn't missed a beat, and about halfway in, Johnny Orozco is realizing getting here was most of the battle.
A lot of luck, really, a lot of luck. Because there's a bunch of reasons why a plane can get delayed, helicopter delayed, sandstorm will mess you up, you know, some bad weather.
Back to riding, back to being Big Brother in uniform. He's been away a while.
This is my big. For me personally, a lot of people, you know, they're like, oh, that's just a trail ride, some guys riding horses. For me, you know, it don't get much bigger than this.
There is blood and trail, both close.
And this is like a big family right here. We all get together for a whole week. Some of these folks we don't even see for a year.
So they make the most of this. 7 2 short days and nights.
It is bittersweet when you finish the ride at the end of the week, and it's like, okay, now we got to go home, and now we got to go back to work.
Given the option, Johnny Orozco would choose home, but work calls.
Unfortunately, I fly back to Afghanistan.
Different uniform, real battle. 9 months in, at least 3 more to go.
It's a job, so we're gonna get it done.
Packing up from this ride will be harder than ever before.
It might be a couple tears bring to the eyes, knowing it's gonna be a little bit till I see these guys again.
Even the toughest cowboys can cry. Little ones, too.
I don't want them to leave. I just want them to stay here. Just don't want them to go back over there and want something bad to happen to them at all.
This trail is bliss compared to the next one. They are called the bravest for a reason. True on any day, never forgotten on one.
Our guys are in there, our brothers.
September?
You can't see it all.
11th.
It's hard to believe that those were 2 towers.
There's no guarantees with what I'm doing. There's a guarantee that in me that I'm going to try.
HFD Captain Anthony Tortorese ran into danger while most ran out. On September 11th, 2001, he and a half dozen other Houston firefighters packed up for New York. Texas Task Force 1, an elite unit of urban search and rescue specialists, made its first deployment on 9/11. Their specialized training desperately needed. They'd stay for several weeks, most of that on the pile.
All over the pile, wherever you walked. I mean, there was heat, I mean, tremendous heat coming out of the different voids.
Mark Ritchie was there too.
You know, I considered the whole thing a privilege, as odd as that may sound, because I went.
His job to find the living in the hell of the pile. He did.
I heard.
But did not get the rush of rescue because his job was only to find.
If we located something or anything of that nature, we moved on.
But the images most seared in his mind, the family of the lost.
They were desperate for news. And they would show you photos and, you know, ask, beg, however you want to put it.
If anyone has any idea.
To contact them if we were to recover them, dead or alive, they needed to know. And, you know, that was hard.
Mark Ritchie carries more loss from those weeks at Ground Zero. His close friend.
There was a spot on my liver and then 2 smaller spots on the right lobe of my bottom lobe of my right lung, and the main tumor, which is about the size of a kiwi fruit.
In 2007, Captain Anthony Tortorese retired from Houston Fire. There's no way to specifically prove what is the exact cause of his cancer, but
At Ground Zero, on the pile, there's no doubt that there's a link between the folks who were there and a steep increase in cancer.
On January 6th, Anthony Tortorese died. His death considered in the line of duty. His legacy very much alive.
Kind of guy that would find a quarter on the ground and spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes trying to find out who it belonged. I mean, what can you say?
He said it himself.
One of the sayings is, we shall never forget, and we shouldn't forget.
The day or the man. Jeremy Diesel, KHOU 11 News.
Just show them how you do it.
Little Lindsay might be small.
Let go with your fingers.
but she sure can cast.
Good cast.
This 5-year-old talks like a fishing veteran.
I got a big one.
Her fish tail's a whopper, all right.
Can you reel it in?
Yes.
Here, there are some options. Rainbow trout, bass, even catfish, limit 5 per day.
We were expecting to catch catfish.
Lindsay had her secret weapon. A tip from Mom.
I put the hot dog on
The hook.
Did you have mustard on the hot dog?
No.
No. What about ketchup?
No.
A bun?
No.
And then, just like an expert,
I waited until I got one, and then I got one.
not just any fish, this one, ferocious.
It had big teeth.
Just ask her brother, 6-year-old Jack.
It bit me.
Hard.
Right here.
It bit him deep and he bled real bad.
The chutes kept the fish in a bucket and turned it over to Texas Parks and Wildlife, who determined it's wild, all right. A red piranha, Pygocentris naturari, native to South America.
Piranha is, oh my God.
Definitely not Texas.
Somebody had to dump that.
That's exactly what officials from Texas Parks and Wildlife think happened. The drought this year has kept the water level at Tom Bass Park very low. In fact, I should be drowning standing where I am right here, but that's also kept the water temperature up, and that's good for piranha. Seems everybody that's ever had a little nibble at the lake has a fish tail. But how many people can tell a tale with real bite? Like catching a piranha as her first fish ever. Jeremy Diesel, KHOU 11 News. 'Twas 2 nights before Christmas, and all over town, the creatures sure stirring. No parking to be found.
I drove around for almost an hour just trying to get a spot.
The stockings must be hung by the chimney with care, but that doesn't matter if you can't get in there.
I was ready to go home.
It's like wrestling with metal to find the right space. So much warmer inside in this holiday place. The children may be snuggled, not quite in their beds, while visions of the finish line dance in mom's heads.
I'm all done.
Some in their Texans gear, some in their caps, some not so far away from those long winter's naps. Just the thought of the stores and all of that clatter.
One for 29, 2 for 50.
Makes some wonder if this rush really matters.
I'm never done shopping. Every day's my birthday and every day's Christmas.
So away to the mall they fly in a flash.
It's a nightmare.
Throw open the wallets and tear out the cash. When they need a boost most, what should appear? A miniature sleigh, just missing reindeer. If you're looking for help, this Santa is busy. He's got a full lap, his mind in a tizzy.
No.
So they shop and they shop, each step a near crash.
She's worth it.
Each package that much closer to the holiday bash.
I'm done.
By the end of the night, each line well fought. Shopping bags all filled.
Where are we?
Turn back to the lot.
I think we're on that side.
Laying a finger on the trusty alarm, find that lost vehicle, works like a charm. Time to fill up the sleigh while others wait for the spot. Crank up the motor, make sure the heater is hot.
Ho, 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 ho.
And they heard him exclaim as they drove out of sight.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.